Hi, my name is Suzanne C. Nagy. This is the second part of the Art Atelier introduction. Today we are going to talk about the trees. The first session was about pollution. Naturally, I was looking for solution how we can prevent furthermore deterioration on our planet. And I was very much interested to find the way how we can participate and understand the planet and our function and what the planet offers us. And so I would say this session or this atelier introduction would be about the quest of our protection of our environment, sustainable nature solution, from pollution to trees. So from polluters, the straight consequences were to search for nature automatic correction ability, and I find that trees and oceans are the most powerful oxygen producers fighting against pollution. Since I was making three-dimensional light boxes, the next step was to create three-dimensional light panels with nature-related subject. Light boxes, light panels were my kind of a discovery, a new form of art. I love them partly because with light panels, you have extra dimension as supposed to be with canvas. Canvas art is a two-dimensional art form, as supposed to be the light boxes, light panels are more dimensional, and I can focus on the subjects much more and much more intensively, and we can study details of certain elements on the paintings much more deeper. I paint on the plexi panels, and I also often use Swarovski crystals to enhance certain lines or areas which is important to focus on. Swarovski crystals are one of my favorite props, and I use them a lot to tell the story of the life of the trees. I'm going to show today one of my favorite light panel, the Blossom. The size of this panel is 50 by 40 inches. This panel was part of the NYU Institute for Public Knowledge exhibition in 2016. Way back, I was making lots of large plexi three-dimensional light panels, but since those days, I went back to acrylic paintings. I wanted to make more traditional media, the canvas, because throughout my exhibition experience, people were drawn more to the canvas art than the plexiglasses. Since the subject is about the trees and nature and environment, I modified the canvases to enhance the subject. Since my subject is more about the trees and nature and environment, I modified the canvas to enhance the subject and to bring attention to the message rather than the aesthetics. As you will see, most of the canvases have a drain right in the corner of the right side of the painting. This is a simple household drain. This is built into the subject, into the canvas actually, where the tree releases the bad carbon dioxide and create more oxygen for us. This is very important to also notice that when in this particular canvas, I already wrote writings like global forestation, or we have to do this together, different slogans, different writings exist on the painting. In the background you see a forest, but a functioning forest, which actually functioning because we have this drain and it shows exactly the circulation, how the leaves are producing oxygen for us through a very, very complicated method which is called photosynthesis. You can see in the next painting, this is a recent work of mine, where I used the drain in the corner of the painting again, but this drain is not fully functioning, although this is more like yellow, very shiny, positive painting, full of sunshine and lots of energy coming into the trees. But because this painting is dealing with global issues, it's very important to know that countries are isolated and they are not working together in the protection of global interests, planting trees or to care about trees, or the tree movement is not fully understood by them. Instead, you would see trees, you see the silhouette of the trees. Between the trunk of the trees runs a scrambled slogan, which is actually a global tree movement slogan, but you are not able to read this properly. Now, this would like to remind us that also when you are looking at the tree trunks, when the sign is running, then the tree branches and the trunk are disconnected and barely hanging onto the tree. So that suggests that there is a large amount of disconnect between the issues and the movement. So basically, I am focusing on global tree movement. Evidently, the issue is very important because of the global deforestation, especially in South America. And this type of a work, when I exhibit them, I'm hoping to engage conversation with visitors about the subject and try to spend my time on spreading the news or messages that we need to care about trees. The last painting I will show today, called The Void, shows a forest with interruption, demonstrating the lack of trees in certain part of the world. The missing elements, the missing trees. This work also could be called homage against deforestation. One country or one city cannot fight pollution. It is a global issue, therefore it should be a global fight. Mayor Bloomberg in New York City started the 1 million tree movement around 2015, and it was so successful that continued in other cities and other countries. China is committed to this movement just recently. My art ambition is to spread this important action and taking on European exhibition, going to art market festivals, talking to people and explaining how important to care about trees. When I committed my art ambition to the environmental subject, I knew the work and my artistic goal will not be immediately popular. Way back in the early 2000s, people were asking me, why this subject? Today, nobody is asking me why, they are asking me how. In other words, everybody is happy that I'm doing this quest, and I gain certain respect being so early to discover our negligence and revealed it by documenting real life events. So now I just have to keep doing it to make sure that more people know about this problem. Art is a very powerful weapon for fighting against pollution. Thank you very much.